Hello everyone, my name's Hooten and welcome to the GenX Analytics YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going over Metaverse, that whole sort of area. More specifically, we're going to be going over some projects that are down from all-time high. Now there's quite a few projects down from all-time high. It's mostly based on an infographic that was posted on our Twitter, and the infographic just listed 25 Metaverse projects that are actually down from their all-time high. The lowest being 77%, and then the highest being 93% down. And this is at the time of recording. So what I've done is I've just picked the first one, which is the 93% decrease, and then I've picked the one that's 77% decrease, or down from all-time high. So that's what we're going to be going over today. When it sort of comes down to Metaverse and Metaverse projects, I've always thought I was sort of a bit too late, to buy into them. But from seeing this infographic, it does look like there are so many projects that are down from where they once were. And obviously due to the recent market conditions, with Bitcoin and then even traditional markets as well, going low and dipping, it's brought a lot of these projects down as well. So it's potential sales, for ones that you might like the look of. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Let's get straight onto the video. All right, so the first project that's actually took the top spot, the leaderboard, if you want to call it a leaderboard, it is SoulChicks. So SoulChicks is actually, at the time of recording, it's down 93% from all-time high, which is a crazy price. I will just show what the coin market cap actually looks like. So as you can see, just on here, it's actually down 94% from all-time high. So it's gone a little bit further, and it's gone down 10% in the past 24 hours. So I suppose the first question for me was just to think, well, why has it dropped so much from its all-time high? You can see what its all-time high was. If I just click on all, it reached the all-time high of about 37 cents. I think it will actually say down here somewhere. 66 cents it says was its all-time high. So yeah, you can just see that it's not been doing too well at the moment. So if you did buy in at the top, then my condolences to you. But I've had a bit of a research on the developers themselves, the community, and also just the website. If I have a look at the website, I've just sort of done a bit of my own research and just sort of scrolled through to see and try and find out the reason for its token to actually drop so much. And as I was going through the website, it does look really well made, and they've made it look quite nice and easy. You got some gameplay and some raids and like PvE sections down here. They've got reasons for you actually, investing in SoulChicks. As you go further down, you've got all the partnerships and things like that. So when I looked down this, it didn't even look that bad. So anyway, if you don't know what this is, then what I've done is I've compiled a bit of a what is SoulChicks kind of document. So I'll read through that just to give you a bit of an idea of what this token actually is, and then after the document, maybe you do a bit of your own research, go through the website yourself, and then see whether you want to pick something like this up. So SoulChicks is an MMORPG and a play-to-earn game as well, and it's based on the Solana ecosystem. It's got a massive community, as you can see on the website. It's over 700,000 members in the community, and that's just across all their socials, including Discord, Twitter, Telegram, YouTube. Its initial launch was on the 3rd of September in 2021, so it wasn't even that long ago. So SoulChicks do actually have a demo as well that's available for anyone to play. I'll leave a clip in the video so you can see me playing it and failing. I ended up dying on the boss, but it's got something in there for you to actually play and just get a feel for what the game's going to be like. The actual SoulChicks team, they have over 100 members working on the game at the moment, whether that's something from community managers to artists to developers, kind of that whole span. It says it also has a management team from business institutions such as Wharton and McKinsey and Company, and a game development team responsible for timeless classics such as PUBG, Dungeon Fighter, MapleStory, and Terra. So it sounds like they have some developers that had worked on them games as well. It also says that SoulChicks is backed by over 400 well-known and prestigious private investors, and there's a big list of all the ones that they've actually mentioned, from Fundamental Labs, Air Angels, Golden Tree, Metaverse Capital, Gate.io Labs, KuCoin Labs, Spartan Group, and the list goes on. So you can see that they do have a wide range of partners as well for this game. So kind of back on the demo again, but despite the actual token price, they've a working demo that literally anyone can play. And also they have a lot of job openings for new positions. So if you're looking to sort of get a career in the world of crypto, then that is there for you as well. So it's not like they're struggling as a team, like they are constantly growing as well. So I've also had a look at the NFT collection that they have released, and it's 10,000 soul chicks. And out of the 10,000, they were sold out. Only 113 are listed on Magic Eden, which is a Solana NFT platform. So there's a very low amount actually listed. And the ones that are listed, the floor price, the last time I checked, was 5.5 sol, which is quite a lot considering that, it's only the demo that's out. And you can't actually use those NFTs in the game yet because they need to still, develop it a bit more. If you're wondering where to buy the Chicks token, you can buy it on Radium, Gate.io. They're the two main ones. That's the sort of the recommended ones that they have. And you'll know about Radium because I've actually done a video on that before. Hopefully you know about Radium. In terms of the token utility, that's sort of another big question. Why should I buy the token? So this token can actually be earned by playing the game. So this is the play to earn aspect sort of coming out there. So you can earn Chicks token by playing the game. And then it looks like you're going to end up using that token for different aspects of the game, such as breeding, farming, maybe buying resources or something like that as well. It seems like it's going to be sort of the backbone of this game that they're creating. My sort of overall conclusion for this, I think once the game fully releases and they fix all the bugs on launch like most games have, they always have bugs when they launch, but I can see it doing quite well. Just from the NFT collection and the amount that's listed, it's barely any, which means that people are willing to hold and wait for the release. The token price obviously clearly doesn't reflect the team in the community that are actually behind this token and this project. I mean, what they've done so far, I mean, they've created their own world, they've got their own lore, as you can see on the website, just in the background, you can see they've got their own chicks, and they do have things there. I think with a lot of these sort of game tokens, they maybe release their token a little bit too early, and then they're trying to keep up the token with hype more than anything, and so a lot of these tokens can drop quite a bit once they've been released, because if there's nothing for you to actually use the token for, other than maybe staking or something like that, then there's not really much else to keep you holding it. So that I'm assuming that's one of the reasons why this token has actually dropped so much in price. You combine that with the actual market sentiment itself, with Bitcoin dropping as much as it has, since September times when these guys released. It's not really a nice market to release tokens like this on the market. So the link to the website and the demo and things like that I'll leave in the description below. Just have a look at the website yourself. You can see how nice the art is, and you can see as you go through all these tabs just the amount of information that they've actually got on this project. If you are interested, then it is worth a look. You can see just the sheer amount of partners they've got. Chicks launch pads, this is what they were all launched on. Like, it's crazy. So I'd give it a look yourself, see what you think to it. Let me know in the comments your opinions about this as well. I would love to hear them. Alright, so now we're going to go on to another project. This is one that's on the bottom of the list on the infographic, and it's Wilder World. Now, I saw Wilder World close to when it first released, and I never really looked into it because, again, with the crypto space, there's so many things to look at. This was just something I'd heard of and just didn't have the time to go through. But today I decided to go through and just see, what Wilder World actually is. And wow, the scope that these guys have is crazy. And I'm going to try and explain it to you guys today, just so you have a bit of an idea of the scope of this world. So this project is a fully immersive, photorealistic VR and AR integrated metaverse that could sustain a global digital economy and support full internet scale. And the aim is to be a home for billions of people. Billions with a B. Which is crazy. So that's sort of the description of what those guys have got. But as we just have a look on the chart, you can see that they're not doing as bad as at least today. It's up 7%. But as we go further down here, you'll see what the all-time high was. November 16th, 2 months ago, it was $7.60, and it's now down 76% from all-time high. So it could be a nice opportunity to buy if, of course, you do your own research. None of what I say is financial advice, of course. So yeah, as you can see, $1.80. If we just go from the year to date, you can see it used to be $3. That was at the start of this year, but the market's not been so nice to us this year, so it has dipped alongside everything else. If we go to the past year, you'll see how cheap it actually was before. You were looking at 15, 16 cents until it reached $7, which would be a nice investment down there. In terms of where it's going to bounce, who knows? This was a good bouncing point. If not, maybe a bit further down around here at 70 odd cents. Doesn't seem too bad either, between 70 cents and $1. That could be a good buy spot as well. But anyway, we're going to get into the details of Wilder World because it is huge, and I'm going to try and get through it now. So the project itself has had quite a large amount of financial backing. It's been in the works for 7 years now, and it's by an international team made up of some of the brightest minds and most talented digital artists in the world. So Wilder World is within a metaverse called Zero, or Z-Space. Zero is the underlying technology of Z-Space, and Z-Space is the fully immersive and photorealistic metaverse. It's made up of different universes, galaxies and planets, and Wilder World is the first one to own a universe within this metaverse. I suppose even though Wilder World has world in its name, it's not limited to a world. As I said just a minute ago, it owns an entire universe. Each universe has different galaxies, and these galaxies have different planets. So you can see the scale of what these guys are actually trying to create. So Wilder World have started off with their first city, which is called Wyoming. A bit like Miami, and the reason why it's named so similar to it is because it's a topographical one-of-one digital copy of Miami. Wyoming is meant to be a central hub for the metaverse, home to the headquarters of many top projects in the crypto industry, and the primary residence to many Z-Space citizens. I'm just going to list a couple of the partnerships that they have announced. They've got partnerships with Illuvium, Vayner NFT, Yield Guild Games, and Immutable X. So some very strong partnerships there. They also have some individual investors, partnerships, including Beeple, which I'm sure you've heard of, Anthony Pompolino, and Jake Paul, which I'm sure you've heard of as well. The actual Wilder World team is a sort of a global effort. It's got over 100 people working on a project from over 15 countries. They've also got some big financial backing, as I mentioned before, from Spartan Group, Digital Currency Group, Anomica Brands, Republic Realm as well. They're just sort of a few. They have quite a large list also. Just from seeing these partnerships and even the individual names of the people that have actually decided to partner with Wilder Worlds, you can kind of see the scope of where this project's going to go. Just from looking at some of the names that they've partnered with at the moment, it's clear that they do have sort of a large active team. Just some of the partnerships just seem like they're going to be so strong. They've got big figures in the crypto space now as well. It does look like they have the funding to do the things that they want to do. So I sort of mentioned Zero being the metaverse that Wilder World is in, or Z-Space. I'm gonna just jump into that just quickly, just to explain what what the metaverse actually is, how big it is, and all that sort of thing. So the aim of Zero is to make the metaverse as realistic as possible. The main thing to make this possible is persistence. So what they're going to aim to do is have one global instance that all players are going to experience. So for example, if I drive my Wilder Wheel car into the sea, as you can see just there, the Wilder Wheel, if I drive it into the sea, it would occur so that all players can see me driving the car into the water. So it will always be there for everyone. That's kind of the way I've explained it. Maybe not the best way. So yeah, basically, it's almost like one mega server. Everyone is a part of the same world, and there's no changes between what I see compared to what you see. Another way that they're going to try and do this is with photorealism. They do want to make sure that their graphics in this metaverse are the best that modern technology has to offer. The metaverse, of course, will be an MMO. Again, talking about billions of people playing. That's the aim for these guys. They're trying to make it as accessible as possible as well. They want you to be able to play it on your mobile devices, your PC, just a browser like Google Chrome, VR and AR integration as well. And then lastly, we'll just talk about the actual size of the metaverse. So Z-Space is made up of universes, galaxy, and worlds. So in Z-Space, scarcity is present because there can and only ever will be a maximum number of each universe, galaxy, and world. And I've just got it here. So there's 1,024 universes, Each universe can contain up to 256 galaxies. There's going to be 262,144 galaxies, and each galaxy can contain up to 256 worlds, which means there'll be a total of 67,108,864 worlds. Wilder World has decided to take one universe out of the 1,024 available. So you can really see the actual scale of what these guys are wanting to be a part of. I can imagine even smaller partnerships just owning a world rather than a galaxy or a universe. So you can see the amount of people that could take part in it. It makes me curious as to whether I could just make a world within this metaverse as well, with there being so many. So the idea of having this many worlds is that when all these universes and galaxies get bought up, it just means that I will be able to travel from Wilder World to another world or another universe, because it's all part of the same metaverse. So the idea is that I can spend the currencies between each ones. I can have different experiences between each project as well. So at the moment, Wilder Worlds is bringing out different NFT projects that are going to be available to use within their metaverse. So Wilder Worlds currently has different NFT projects that they've released. These are available to buy on OpenSea using Ethereum, or you can use their own marketplace and you can buy these NFTs using their own token called Wild. They currently have available for you to buy Wilder Wheels, Wilder Cribs, Wilder Kicks and Wilder Craft. They're sort of the main ones that they've released at the moment. And on their website, it does actually show land as a tab on there that you will be able to purchase as an NFT at some point in the near future. So yeah, I will show you a screenshot of all these different NFT collections, and I'll leave links to those down below as well, so you can just have a look for yourself. So a bit of a conclusion to this particular project. I'm excited to see where this is actually going to go. Just hearing about Zero and the technology behind that, and then Wilder World being the first one to sort of step into this this entire metaverse, it's going to be interesting to see what these guys do with it. They have a decent sized community backing them. They have a very active community within the Discord, and they're regularly posting announcements and updates, which is, it's always nice to see sort of developers just letting them know what they're doing, whether it's big or small. But yeah, I find it quite hard to think that these guys wouldn't do well. I mean, all it will take is more and more projects to join the same metaverse as them, and once that starts to happen, I mean, they have announced some that are going to be joining, so we'll say another year or so down the line, we can see where these guys are actually at. I suppose the only thing that does worry me about this particular project in metaverse is that it is so big. It's going to be hard to fill up, I imagine, with there being so many universes and galaxies and worlds and things like that. The supply is, I suppose, quite a lot, but I know that each supply can be different because they're going to have different experiences and different companies building their own versions of games or NFTs or something like that. But it's definitely a large scale, and I feel like it could end up taking years and years to actually fill up the amount of planets that they've actually got. But I mean, in my sort of personal crypto holdings, I don't own any of these projects that I've been talking about today. These are ones I've just done research on because of the infographic. But Wilder Worlds is something I'm going to keep a close eye on, just because I've never seen something with so much potential. The developers just have to make sure that they execute on what they've got planned. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed and you've learned something new as well. So Wilder Worlds and Soul Chicks are projects that I've not really took enough time to research before, and after seeing both of these projects, I'm quite excited to see where they're both going to end up. Like I said, we're going to give it a year or two and come back to them and see how much they've grown in terms of the team, the community, and the token price as well. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like and comment and subscribe, all of that sort of stuff. Did you buy into any of these projects at their all-time high, or maybe at their all-time low? Let me know. With all that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.